I saw a lot of people like moving their hands, so I don't see the hands up in the air. 1, 2, 3. There you go. So since day one, I came to my first event, and my first event was in San Diego a long time ago. It was September 2012 already. And I don't know about you, let's say a show of hands. Who's this first event? The first event? Okay, great. I can remember that first event, and I didn't understand a word. I don't know about you, but I didn't. So I saw all the leaders, and at the beginning I felt them like so high. I thought that nobody actually could talk to me, right? But then I saw them going around people, talking to people, taking pictures with people, being interviewed by people. So I said, well, they're not so high, they're accessible. So what I did, and that's what I recommend you to do, is that you take pictures, you meet them all, you question them, you interview them, and you have them in video. So at that time, Tracy, Walker, Lawrence, Tam, Tony Rush, Justin, all of those were like the big leaders to go to. They were not making the millions that they're making now, but they were the leaders. So they still are. So then, that was September, right? And at that time, I was not with Empower. I just went to the event because somebody said, like, Empower Network is working, so you need to go there. And I live in Mexico, but I like to be trained. I like to go to training classes and training courses. So I said, we might as well go, and I went with my husband. But at that time, I was like sitting in the back, and I was looking at the people making money. And I said, like, is it really true? And I said, well, it might be true, because a lot of people are just standing up, like yesterday, right? They do the stand-up thing, who's making $25, $10. Well, at that time, it was not $1 million or 3 millions like big yesterday, right? But at that time, people were making money too. But that was not enough for me. I said, oh no, I don't know what's happening with this Empower Network. And I went back home. Just to tell you a little bit of me, I live in Mexico, I'm Mexican, and I speak Spanish. So I had a lot of things, but then comes Big. You know that I'm part of Big Idea Mastermind. And then I was already a customer of Big. I used his products. And then Big says, I have a big idea. So I said, I have a big idea too. If Big is with Empower Network works. So what did I do? I became all in. The first day that Big mentioned that he had this big idea and that he needed people to believe in that big idea, and that if we were going to be founding members, we needed to come all in. And you might already know what all in means. For the new ones, you know what all in means? No? Well, all in means buying all the products. So here comes Nancy saying, well, if Big is there, this works. At that time, it was $5,500. It was tough for me, right? I don't know about you, but at that time I said, $5,000 just in one day. But if Big said it was a good idea, I said, that's my big idea too. So I became all in. I became a founding member of Big Idea Mastermind, and that's where the journey began with Empower Network. And it all started with that big idea. I was sure, right, I had made the right decision. I said, okay, it's $5,000. I'm going to get them back. It's going to be pretty easy. That's what Big said, right? To tell you a little bit about Big, Big came in December 21st or 20, I think we all did. And he comes in, and for like in 28 days, I think, or 30 days, he made $700. $700,000, I'm sorry. $700,000. So at that time, all the people with Big Idea, we said, if Big could make it, I could make it too, right? And well, I've taken the right decision. So I had my first success, and I made my first sale by January 17th, and it was less than a month. Just to tell you again, I started with Empower Network, I think the 20 or 21st December 2012, and then in less than a month, I had already made my sales, and it was not that less of a sale, right? I had $1,000 days, I had $500 days, and up to that time, in less than a month, I made like, I think it was half, let's say half of that $5,500, I made already almost $3,000 for that day. So I said, this thing works, right? Big Idea Mastermind works, Empower Network works. So here we go to Miami, to the Millionaires Retreat. And there I am with David Sharp. That was we had an awesome time over there, like here in Miami. It's almost a year ago. And we went there, learned a lot. And then what happened? Well, then the bumpy road, as I call it, started. Because you know, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And for me, what I can say, I was up very quickly, down very quickly. And then I didn't know like how to move up again. So I had not good, very good excuses. I don't know how many of you here have very good excuses. Show me. We all have, right? We have very good excuses, not just excuses, because you know what? I didn't have the money. That was a perfect excuse, not very good, just perfect. I didn't have any technical experience. That was much better than perfect, right? And even better, I lived in a country where nobody speaks English. So how could I make it? How could I make it happen? So those were my very good excuses, and we all have them. So I wanted to quit. And this is for the people, maybe not for the new ones, because I don't want you to get discouraged, but I just want you to know that this is going to happen. That this road is a bumpy road, and that you have to enjoy when you're up, and you have to enjoy where you're down. So I already had a team, because I made sales. I already had a team. People were paying me month by month. I already knew how to do it, kind of, right? Kind of, because I made sales, but I didn't know how to keep it up with, right? So I wanted help. I don't know how many of you here want help. Show me. We all want help, right? And I wanted to be handheld. Like, I want Big to keep my hand and show me, Nancy, this is the way. But you know what? That didn't happen. And I almost lost all my faith. And I say I almost, because what happened next was that I look here and I look there, like everywhere. There was one day that I said, like, I cannot make it anymore. I'm not good for this. I'm not the person that I'm supposed to be. I think it was a dream and I cannot make it. I don't know how to make it. But I said, let's go and look for a job tomorrow. So I started crying. And I started crying in my office, and you know, we in Empower Network, we're proud of having our office in our home, at least me, right? I have one of the bedrooms is considered my office. So my child comes here and looks at me crying, like I was like this. And I said, I can't make it. I cannot make it, right? I was crying. My husband comes in and says, like, what's happening to you? Like, you were okay yesterday, right? Because I was okay, even, maybe not yesterday, but just 5 minutes ago, right? But I said, I cannot make it. Like, there's nothing I can do. So here's my daughter's name is Karen. And Karen comes and makes this drawings for me. And the people that can read in Spanish, it says, di que si se puede, mami. So it says, say you can, mom. The next one says, pásala super bien, like have a ton of fun. And then, I love you, mom. And it says, the next one says, big idea with Nancy Ricano. So she, like all my family, she's been living, reading, breathing, listening to me all day talk about big idea, Empower Network. And then I come into my office and say, I'm going to look for a job. And well, to tell you a little bit of my story too, I've been an entrepreneur like since 2003. So I've been doing business here and there. But at one point, I decided that I wanted to go into the internet. And that was 4 years ago. So I had 1 year with Empower, and 4 years ago I started with the internet. I had a little bit of experience, but to tell you the truth, I said like 3 years on the internet, and I cannot make it consistent. I can make $1,000 days, I can make a $500 day, but I cannot make it $20,000 a month, right? Per month. So I wanted to have it consistent, and I said, I'm going to look for a job. So here comes my child and give me this example. Everything that I told her was, Karen, you never give up. She's 12, and I keep on telling her, you never give up. You try, and you get it. And then you're going to be the best in this, the best in that, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to live the life that you want. So here I was giving up. So I saw her giving me this example, saying, Mom, say you can. Like, I was telling her all the time, Karen, say you can. And now I was giving up on my dream and giving up on my example. So the next day came. And the next day came, and I said, I'm not giving up. And there's another secret, because here when we're at the events, we look for secrets, right? We think that all the leaders or all the people have secrets. But you know what? There are no secrets. There are no secrets. So the first one that I want to give you is just remember, do not give up. So for me, that was D-Day. I call it D-Day. I remember it, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that moment of crying and saying, I am giving up. I cannot do it anymore. And you know what? We as marketers as entrepreneurs, as people that own our business, we are having these kind of problems. We're facing these kind of days. You're going to face it sooner or later, so enjoy it, okay? So then, I started to do, and let me back a little bit down. I started to say, well, if you want a business like what we have, you don't need to talk to anybody. You just need to do ads, or collect emails, or do this and that, create traffic. Everybody talks about the technical stuff, but the technical stuff came to a point where it couldn't make it happen for me. So I started focusing on, I started doing all my marketing in YouTube that you can find. You can now see that you can find my Skype name there. You can find my email address. You cannot find my number just in case you want to call me, but you can contact me. Soon, like somewhere in the internet, you can contact me. So I started having one-on-one sessions, and one-on-one sessions with prospects, not even paying customers. So you can imagine my life? Can you? I was doing like customer service all day long. And even with people that were not even paying, that they wanted to know about the business, but they were actually testing me, right? They were thinking, are you the right mentor? And there was nothing I could do, because I would say I'm the best. Of course, I always say that. but people don't think I'm the best sometimes, right? So I started focusing on sales. And I have to thank Kim Clover for that. And so I started new member coaching every day. I started making webinars. I started having Q&A. I started having email marketing. I started to be in touch, not even with the people that were my customers already. And that's what I want to let you know. You choose whatever the road is. You choose the way to go. But this is what happened to me, and this is what worked for me, okay? So then I decided to do my event, because with the good excuses that I had before, I said, well, people in my team cannot go to the US because we need a visa. So I said, well, I'm going to be focused on growing my team, and let's do an event in Mexico. They don't need visa. So they can come to my event in Mexico. And here we started the event. You see me over there. It was called Evento en Mexico. And I have my good friends there, Oki, KK, my husband, and a little bit more. So this is the secret X. The first person you have to convince for this business is you. You have to convince yourself that the most important person here is you. So everybody else comes along once you decide. So believe, take a decision, and once you get started, it just grows and grows and grows. So who's special? Somebody in my house came, a special invited person. So I call it Big Mo because of a book that I'm going to tell you what book is my favorite now, or it was. So who's Big Mo? Who knows who Big Mo is? Motivation? No? Momentum, yeah. So momentum is my friend now. Once you start with something very small, momentum comes to you. Okay? So again, I started my membership site. Everything was additional. I was just giving value to the people. I didn't know who the people were. I didn't even expect them to be my customers. I was just giving value, giving value, giving value. So I started my event because people in my team could not go to the US, and I said I had my event in Mexico. So talking about results, I am a person that talks about results too. So again, here, you either have excuses or you have results. We've heard that a long time ago, but I really want you to take a look at it, make a note, and stop having good excuses, very good excuses, perfect excuses. Stop having excuses. Okay? And I've always had I will do it. That's on my mind. I will do it. The people that know me better, my husband's over there, I always say, I will do it, I can do it, and I'm there. I can do it, right? So that's also another thing that I want to share. And for me, I start things also the other way around. Like, sometimes people say, like, Nancy, why don't you start from A to B, C? No, I maybe start from D. And I started from D. I started looking at prospects as customers, and suddenly they became my customers. Because I gave them value first, and then they were grateful, they were thankful, and you know what? There's nothing better than a person telling you, thank you, Nancy, because you helped me with this and that or whatever, okay? So, define your way, this is my way, but I want you to define your way. Where do you want to go? Decide and just do it. So, we were supposed to talk about team building, right? Can you tell me if I'm doing team building here or not?
Yes.
So, how do I do team building? And in my my message to you today is I do team building starting with me. And that's what I want you to do. Start with you. Team building starts with you, and only you. And it might be something that people are not used to it, or people are not willing to say so, and it might be heard as not good, like it starts with you. But it's also the same thing that when you're having problems with your family or your child or whatever, you have to take a look at yourself first, define what you're doing good or wrong, and then you can start helping others. And that's why I say team building starts with you. Because as soon as you're going to be ready to start a team, as soon as you're ready to do it for you, you're going to do it for others. So, it does not matter if you don't have a single person. Who here does not have a single person in his team? You're by yourself here. Okay, look around. No, keep the hands. You that don't have a person, a single person in your team, you can start having, believing, imagining that you have a team. How are you going to treat your team members? How are you going to help them? What are you going to give them in value? Are you being a better person? Are you ready to help? At the time, as soon as you're ready to help another person, the person will come. So, everything that you do for them, like for the team, so if you don't have even one, and you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm getting used to people saying, Nancy, you're crazy, just for you to know, okay? But people say, Nancy, you're crazy, and I say, yeah, I'm crazy, I don't care. At the beginning, and my husband's there, he would say, Nancy, you're crazy. And I would turn around and I said, don't call me crazy, I'm not crazy, right? But now I said, yeah, I'm crazy, I'm happy with it. I don't care if you call me crazy. So, start training your people if you don't have them. Start doing videos for them if you don't have them. Start your membership site if you want to have a membership site. For the people that are going to come into your team. And you don't know what you don't know, but it's your decision. Okay? But when do you start? Or, yeah, now? Thanks. Yesterday? So, you start, and when you start with you, and when you're ready with your person, and when you're ready to train other people, and when you're ready to help other people, people like magic will come to you. You're already prepared, you already learned, you already made mistakes, you already, like me, cried one day and said, I'm not going to do it anymore. Nobody's going to know later, right? Because you already had that experience in your mind, and you lived that experience already. So right now, to tell you the truth, if people come into my team and they leave, I know it was not a connection. I know we were not a match. But I tell them, I wish them all the success, and that's okay. Because I want the people to stay in my team, the ones that are focused as I am, not the people complaining, not the people saying, Nancy, you're supposed to give me this and you're supposed to give me that, right? Because I am professional, I'm looking on results, and what I'm mainly doing is people coming into my team are having the same or more than me. So, you already made the mistakes, and we all do. So, just to wrap it up, I think always about sales. And I need to thank Kim Clover if she's watching this video. Kim, thank you. That's what I learned in the last event, Anaheim. And my top selling product is the blog. My top selling product is the blog. I focus on making sales of the blog. And again, this is my way. If you want to take it, that's okay. This is what I've been doing to do my big team. So what I do is I sell a $25 product. As yesterday Dave Wood was saying, we sell blogs, right? It's a $25, it's already a deal. Everybody has $25, so that's what I do. So everything for me is additional, and of course, not to try to say I'm not happy with the $3,000 commissions. Of course I'm happy when I'm having the $3,000 commissions. So, before you know how to, you have to do. Do before you know. Start like the other way around. Remember I was telling you, I start from B instead of from A. Do before you know how to do it. And then I want to finish with believe. And I need my glasses to read this on now. But, well, I wanted to say believe, I'm a mom believer. Just for you to know, that's why I have this song. And it means a lot to me, because even though people can say Justin Bieber is just terrible, he doesn't do music and whatever, well, that happened to me with my kid, and I went to see the concert in Mexico, in Justin Bieber. I'm a mom believer. So everything starts with your belief. You don't know how, but if you believe, it will happen. The next thing is enjoy. People will sense what you're doing. Even though you think that people don't know you, they look at you in a camera or whatever, people sense what success, the joy that you have or not. So the next one is live fully. No, let me go there. Live fully, time passes by so fast. Imagine every day, because what you think, and that's what actually starts in your head, that's what you're going to have. Have empathy. Remember how the first time you were in an event. Have empathy with the new people that are coming in your team. And celebrate your success. I didn't know what to put on B, but I needed to do believe. So celebrate your success, your pain, your good and your bad days. And the E, be grateful. Victory, that's good. Be grateful every day. I say thanks. I say thanks all the time. I say thanks every day. At the beginning of the day, I say thanks at the end of the day. So I want you to leave you with this. My favorite word now is belief. Everything starts with something, I was saying. And just to let you know, Justin Bieber is exactly what we need to look at. He's a story of success in the internet. So for the ones that don't know Justin Bieber, he's like my hero. I'm a mom believer too, because he started in the internet, he started sharing videos. People, or the fans, were sharing the videos. He's a total success in the internet. So I hope you can have your success in the internet. I hope you believe, and I hope you start today. Thank you.